I'm Nick Altmeyer with linkinglewiscounty.com. We're here this morning with Patrick Morse, and we also have Sheriff Carpinelli here. And we're here to talk a little bit about the Lewis County and Towns 2A Sanctuary Group. So Patrick's kind of become the spokesperson for the group. So do you kind of want to explain a little bit about what the group is and what your mission is and what we're here for today?
Well, it's a bunch of like-minded citizens of Lewis County. And we're circulating a petition, and the petition's only open to people who live in Lewis County and who are over 18 years of age, i.e. they can vote. And the petition is circulated countywide in order to ask the County Board of Legislators, and then the other towns as well, to consider adopting a proposed ordinance that we made, basically outlining a lot of the state laws that we are against and to not enforce them.
Okay. And these are laws in reference to the Second Amendment. So we're talking about like the New York SAFE Act, the red flag laws, things like that that have been passed recently. So basically, you guys are going to be presenting your petitions to the Board of Legislators at their February 4th meeting, which is at 5 p.m. right at the courthouse in Lowville. And so you're encouraging the people to come out to the meeting, kind of show support as you give them over the petitions.
Absolutely. Strength is in numbers for sure. We only have 5 minutes privilege of the floor, so I'll be doing the speaking, but if there can be a bunch of people behind me, hundreds I would like, just to show the legislators that we're serious. We're going to be submitting a petition with which we'll have a great deal of numbers of citizens of Lewis County as well. And then we'll go from there, and hopefully our strength will be in numbers, and that the legislators will hopefully unanimously adopt this resolution, which has been adopted in hundreds of communities throughout the country, and we're hoping to be the second county in New York State. This is a very fast-moving movement, and I think you're going to blink and you're going to see a lot of counties do this.
Mm-hmm. So currently we have Wyoming County was the first county in New York State to enact legislation like this. So I know, Sheriff, that you said that you're not behind, you're not involved with the movement, but you support them. So you kind of just wanted to be here today to show your support for them. And as the sheriff of the county, a resolution like this would mean that your hands wouldn't be tied in enforcing these laws that you believe are unconstitutional.
Right. Well, you know, everybody has to always remember we do have discretion. We have exercised the discretion of the law. That used to be left up to the judges. Albany's slowly taking that away in many forms, and I'm just very happy to finally see more citizens who are the government, the people, want to bring this to light and take a stand and show that they're very tired of their Second Amendment right being trampled on.
Okay. And Patrick, can you just explain a little bit how the group got started and how quickly this is all taken off? I know you guys have used social media and kind of formed a Facebook group and kind of everything just
Right.
exploded
I'm
from
not
there.
the founder. I'm just kind of like one of the spokespeople. But a Facebook group page was started just a couple weeks ago, and there's over 2,100 members already in that group. I mean, think about it. Does anything get 2,100 members in a county as small as Lewis County in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks? And the same with the petition. Right now, the petition's in 37 different businesses. I mean, think about it. 37 business owners are willing to put a petition on their counters. Just, I mean, they're begging us to have their petitions in their stores. And this is a big movement. This is Lewis County. We're a rural county. We believe in the fundamental rights to keep and bear arms. We believe in limited government, and being dictated from afar doesn't really set well with us. Some people have said we should be concentrating on the SAFE Act. Well, we have for 7 years, and we've gotten absolutely nowhere by fighting the SAFE Act. And we're just saying enough is enough. We will no longer be ruled from afar.
Okay. So just so people are clear and understand what you're proposing here, if this resolution were to be passed by the county, are there portions of the SAFE Acts and the red flag laws that you're against, or would it be just in general against everything in there? I know that basically you guys are saying that you're against some of the state laws, but anything that is enacted federally, you guys, this resolution would still support federal gun laws.
That's correct. This resolution is in a ordinance against these new state firearm laws.
Okay.
We'd like to be under federal law, the same as every state in the union, and about 45 states have a lot more freedoms than what we have, and we just feel like second-class U.S. citizens here. There are things in the SAFE Act we like, because the governor threw in a couple bones, like Mark's Law, which was against first responders. They kept that in a drawer for over a year, just waiting to throw it into the SAFE Act to point to something good. So I'm not against every sentence of the SAFE Act, but Mark's Law could have been passed by itself.
Right.
But yes, the vast majority of the SAFE Act we are very much against. It does not stop crime. It only disarms law-abiding people. At the end of the day, if everyone was to follow the SAFE Act, only the criminals and the government would have firearms.
Right. And under federal firearm legislation, felons are prevented from owning a gun.
Absolutely.
So that would still, so some misconceptions that, felons would be able to own guns now, things like that. Those are all covered under federal law. So
those are covered under federal law. And, we're not talking about the wild, wild west here.
Right.
But there seems to be a very big difference about what's reasonable gun legislation. My analogy would be, somebody drives drunk in a car and kills someone, so we should take away cars from everyone.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. So, and the last point, just so people are aware of too, is that even if the legislators pass this resolution and create the sanctuary 2A county here in Lewis County, state police are still involved. So this wouldn't impact state police's enforcement of the state laws, correct?
This is directing county employees and county funds not to enforce these state laws.
Okay.
And then, of course, if there's a town or a village that also has law enforcement, we would ask them to pass the same resolution.
Okay.
So their force couldn't as well.
Okay.
But no, it would not affect state resources.
So here in Lewis County, the only other municipality outside of the county with the sheriff's office would be Lavo with the village PD. So
That is correct.
you could see yourself taking this resolution to the village board as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Village of Lavo is definitely on the list.
Okay. And are you going to do other towns and villages to encourage them to pass the resolution? Or if they don't have law enforcement, you don't need them to pass the resolution?
We would love every town and village to pass the resolution. Not only if they don't have law enforcement, just such that a big message is sent to the governor and the people who feel these guns are in our best interest.
Okay. So just to recap for everyone, did you have someone else to say?
Yeah, Nick, if you can't see the importance of this, look what just happened in the state of Virginia, what's going on. You had a governor that as soon as they heard that the Second Amendment people were going to have a rally, he enacts what he calls a state of emergency. He marries the Virginia State Police, the Capitol Police, and I believe the city of Richmond, Virginia police together. Now that is not a state of emergency. That is martial law. If you don't think for 1 minute that this governor here in New York State watched around Virginia and doesn't have any ideas, well then we got another thing coming. So we're just saying we want to make a stand here along with Wyoming County to show Albany that we feel the same way that the people of Virginia did in protecting their Second Amendment rights.
Right. And Virginia was very peaceful. They even picked up their own garbage. It's just like everything, the gloom and doom they were talking about was all fabricated in the media. We're not the bad guys. We aren't violent. We aren't the problem. They got to start dealing with the problem. And the problem is not going to be solved by taking away the good guys' rights.
Right. And would you guys willing, I know this has come up and we've talked about, the SAFE Act for the last 7 years and you guys have put forward different ideas, but would you still be willing to work with like state legislators and state officials and kind of reaching a common ground for?
Absolutely. We're always willing to reach common ground, but they never include us, ever.
No. And remember, too, once again, that was passed the middle of the night in the budget again that the governor uses to put most of his sneaky little laws into place. The whole thing should be rolled back, looked over again, and then decided by the people, by our assemblymen and our senators that we elect, not by one person. We're not back in England anymore. I wish you would realize that.
Okay. So just to recap for everybody once again then, February 4th, which is Tuesday, at the old courthouse right here on State Street in Lowville, 5 p.m. You guys are going to present your petition to the Board of Legislators. Hope that maybe they have a vote on it that night. Not sure if that'll happen or not, but
Correct.
They might.
Please come early because you got to go through security. So I would be getting there by 4:30 if I was you.
Okay. And also, anybody that's still interested in signing the petition, you said there's like 37 businesses around the county.
They're
okay.
on the Facebook page.
Okay.
And they're everywhere.
And what's the Facebook page once again, if anybody wants to check out for more information? It's the Lewis County and Towns 2A Sanctuary.
That's correct.
Okay. So you can check them out on Facebook. And once again, we thank Patrick and Sheriff for being here with us today to explain a little bit about what's going on. And they encourage everyone to come out on Tuesday. So thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Very much appreciate it.
Thank you.